then withholding tax on betting. Na MPP for na no correct withholding tax on betting. Anyi. Name income tax on betting no na je. Inti no watch ni no. Income tax on the betting win in the dear. E ko wie say a company no ni income so what be operationalize the betting and when your income and all 10% on income when you as a result of the betting and na ye gusua ya dwendwene hu honorable member for Akuapem Owura Samuel Kwaku Awuku ana ye ne bedi nkomo yi Samuel Awuku ya mu ha honorable
More for the Josu and Ampacho Apom here, dear.
Hey, Dammy didn't met me at Mapumatmia, who of a paneme. Well, who are you, Bio?
More of our Daroma, Bencham Bo, Sana, yes, Onana, Ebe. Jonsogu says, you can't turn to me.
Ah, the young day.
Or the best of me,
me young day, yes, when someone than you boom a year. Well, who was someone your day? Miss Matchy the Basso de Amajamfua, indicating my Jamfu as a minion and no. It's me what fast no preoccupy me no fast. I quite now cool. Necessary to me, I come share that's a kind of quadrant in by order. It was a mechanical cool. But what time
was my citizen here?
Mate, Wadaruma. Yeah, did you watching it? Sir, Honorable Member of Parliament for Ejumako Enyaya, Esiam, Finance Minister Samuel Ato Ba Cassell. And now, Warbeka or your budget. No, your budget no say. A year withholding tax on betting. Ya abolition. And I'm ranting Ibose, Ewojum, and my Ibose, Ewojum. And I mean, Anta, former Finance Minister, Asubeka say, we never collected on the withholding tax. And I really, but you have Wapoku Asabeka say, I didn't income tax and withholding tax, Nina betting tax. Na MPP and no correct, Wama implementing withholding tax no. Na income tax no na ye implementing yeah, I mean anta right. And it's a brand TB. One also didn't receipt aba. There would be 20,000. Na indication on the receipt no HSA yeah we produce 2,000 a year sika what you know 10% of it you go so a year dwendwen afi de na to forcing yanya no so da bi o wono say de wo de wo ka say oso ba bia no wono ontimi nya radio interview no na mo kire mu and o say omo budget omo manifesto John Dramani Mahama ka say within 120 days obey withholding tax no and no year a tax on the winnings. And into tax on the winnings, and almost there be Ubia and Tuabia on the winnings. Name income tax or betting no dear. A company no the income as a result of engaging in that work that business no and into under Nubetia into Gusua or this Esicano. And they say yes, I can we. But you Quabina Joseph Wampo say NLA Adaro Mantina MPP Abai Nanado and the finance minister Kenofuriata, Omanyeje, a withholding tax. Chirichimuchi any.
Papa Medas Gil. Confusing Kaka Benina, sir. We are self-handing in Ukrainian. Almost every lottery or gaming body behind, they are normally under one umbrella. You know, you can have gaming and lottery authority. So that's it. Until Fenebia, the whatever national lottery authority, I'll call the Biblia, in under one body, and they regulate it. But over Ghana, one of the few countries, if not the only, you a commissioner, a purely or a regulator, just gaming, casinos, and a betting company.
Kabna Mampukuno, Asante Mampon, Ekun, Akuapem Mampon, Ekun, Kabna, Bibrai. Now, we are naming your phone line. Says the Siano, having had the ato force and air can are we clear in our minds and messages kakra so wa ha say Salah Mahmood. Also, please, the winnings tax is what GM kept talking about. Right. Yes, sir. Aka, honorable member of parliament for Equiapem, Ura Samuel Kwabena Ewuku. Honorable Mientiewe.
If you have a son, meet him, say, Hanokwa, the only one of the few places that your gaming commission of Ghana, or more act near Act 721. Now, it specifies almost casinos, gaming, and a betting company. And now, about National Lottery Authority, and also the regulatory body, anything quasi lottery, anything BBI disguised in the form of lottery. Aside that, the NLA, the supervisory body, and the regulator, the lottery sector. The NLA as a Ministry of Finance. We call the Gaming Commission of Ghana, almost the Ministry of Interior. Then I proceed.
Here, Papa, into two separate entities under two separate ministries. Ekunu. Meshaka Asante, also we thank Finance Minister for his clarification. And as for the extra time former Finance Minister Amin Adam, the least said about him, the better. And don't he know he's in the month of Ramadan? How can he lie to the whole world like that? He better stop fasting in order to avoid giving himself stomach ulcer. And Ode Ebaye. Abu Salah Mahmood. Please, the winning tax is what GM kept. Right. Yansan Rezi, honorable member, Ura Samuel Kwabena will go back onto the line. Honorable.
About the many fancy, let me proceed and on our line here.
Okay.
When we say in 2023, the government of Ghana, under then President Akufo-Addo, introduced that 10% tax, reintroduced here, RE, not just into RE, because now it was under the previous Mahama administration of 2012 to 2016. And not somewhere 2015 or so, normally start tax and buy 5% tax on a lottery. That was when it was first brought. The NCP ever buy more in 2017. Then the NLA once again pushed. Said, "Niana a year tax on lottery winnings, Emma ejuma na yedin, Emma illegal operators no ejuma akosro." So the government took it off in 2018. So 2018, when that one was taken off, and it was reintroduced again in 2023. That time, the first time now it was taken off, Honorable Amiel time. Yes, for Amiel time. But near the time that tax was introduced was under Brigadier General Ahiaglo of blessed memory, the late Brigadier General Ahiaglo of blessed memory. That was under the Mills Mahama administration. That was the first time it was imposed. In the Honorable Samuel, he fought it for it to be taken off. Then 2023, after COVID, yeneni subriye ye physical idea ye hube be fiba ena aban sanko fabai. So the buy na satan ababe to me. Then, in consultation with World Lotteries Association, any European Lotteries, African Lotteries Association, Omokache say, look, idea we know can also help further worsen your situation. Because illegal operators, they will have a field day. So why the revenue aware sector will be with the imposition of the taxes, it will lead to the illegal operators for no. Because someone minimum, tax, a buy minimum, here minimum, into a honorable honor, more peso, So I wrote to government in 2024, say this introduction of taxes,
reintroduction.
The reintroduction, a bit higher because one, it will be unfair to the players. Or more money are buying the mind you, the National Lottery Authority is owned by the government. If you are buying the no becano, are buying impose taxes on the winners. Almost on the illegal for them because on the number two, it will cripple the lottery sector. NLA, a woman. And then the third one was that it had the potential that bank will not even get the needed revenue or pay. In the Emun letter, which I can provide, we have the evidence of this correspondence. The Honorable Amin Amsa comes into the scene. Now, Mature, now even making this argument to him, he saw reasoning in it. And now, yes, I try to GRA. So, Captain GRA said GRA should now facilitate a meeting, not the NLA, GRA, any Ministry of Finance. In fact, the Honorable Minister of Finance at that time assigned one of his deputies to this matter. In the ongoing idea, I engage in private lotto operators, collaborators, and lotto marketing companies. They should hold on and not allow their players to play. Na mumyani are buying 18 kita so akwa nim. Inti no money yes your flag bearer. In fact, that period ni more or less. Then the flag bearer of the MPP also. Then we made a case to him at that time. I was okay. And yeah, if Momo the other crowd now more now, yes, someone now already a buyer put away on it. By any more have discussions almost concluded. The bet in the end, or so bad, the year no so so mind to make up bet and I'm wondering what that under gaming commission. Make a lottery, I'm wondering what the NLA round, and I make a bet in any gaming. I'm wondering for what Peter Mreku, baby, not Peter Mreku, gaming commission. The Peter more there, the sports betting companies were then asked to one to be paying and two to get their players so you be deducted. So now they all back on a bad game. In the gaming commission, they complied. But the NLA raised issues. And the reason why the NLA's issue was compelling was that gaming commission, they don't do good causes. They don't do charity. They're purely a regulator. Yeah, they're a regulator stroke operator. Operator because then you draw numbers, and we're also selling the lottery coupons through your lotto marketing companies. And the act also mandates the National Lottery Authority to take out your overhead costs, and then can it be as a consolidated fund. Then the third one, a charity. The charity in the Act 722 Act, and no, and it defined the good causes to mean that what a year for a week. Seven predators, did them my dream and mentally and physically afflicted. You're making this argument, and we also told government that government will then be taxing itself. And then Nigeria research companies are consumer promotions. And mind you, the NLA they have the supervisory role about consumer promotion. They say, and there's a group of companies that are awarding a scheme where rewarding more terrorist listeners. Timode be a car, so for loyal listeners, free into the program. The MLS Act mandate say NLA is a Jimwa Kedinemu Emma the public because the more the side group of companies, more one and a mode car yes so say we are near Momudi to be first or better. More so more conduct here you need to be first. See, it shows that the tendency for people to manipulate could be there. But Senabeya you also so no 8 years are all participating in the program. Who knows at the year friends That is why there's a third party between the listener and you of ADAKABRI program and our production team, and then the NLA. So the NLA then comes in between the two. They don't express our consumer promotion American ones. And no banks here, energy companies here, insurance companies, UTBB.
Telecommunication companies cry.
Bibre. I don't know, I would say adverts now, or say this advert is regulated by the Caritas platform of the National Lottery Authority. So there's okay, so fast forward. So when GRA wrote to us, yes, consumer promotions, or yes, that's all they know. Why? Because no more bar, the onboarding fee. Yes, that's what the commission on the price amount. Yes, we are Bosomino. Yes, their taxes my GRA. So why now these corporate entities will no longer come to us again. I have come new promotions the credit. So GRA, no money as a trauma finance minister. See, a better say any GRA no no besia. This was around November. And a campaign in Bay heated any other tour abaye. So it was never implemented in 2023 and never implemented in 2024. Internal Minister Kase were abolishing star tax, now because the statement of the minister, Mami read that part of it, and so I know can't be na confusion, abakaka. Now, if I can, with your permission, and I can read that in Kabemede.
Please go ahead, Honorable.
That's point 141 of the budget, Minister Bekai. Mr. Speaker, we will abolish the 10% withholding tax on winnings from lottery. On winnings from lottery, otherwise known as the betting tax. Minister could have ended that on the winnings of lottery, but they can say otherwise known as the betting tax. Now, then you are also pushing the NLA into the betting side, which is not part of your mandate. If the betting, maybe you could have also added that subsequently, and by extending it as well, the betting tax is almost those in the betting and the casino sector has also been abolished. Because once you bring in the 10% withholding tax on lottery winnings, you are only talking about the lottery sector, which is the NLA. Now, there is a bit of confusion because unless the minister is saying, say, the otherwise known as the betting tax covers all the betting, the casino, and star area. But I can tell you for a fact that with the lottery 10% winning, it was elected and it was never implemented. And only as a team now.
Nah, almost could a receipt, almost say you deduct and I withhold 10% of their winnings, no. Francophone receipt.
The NLA and our private lotto operators. That's what I want to know.
No. From gaming section.
So a gaming. Of Anamaka just a gaming idea. It was collected.
I said the withholding on gaming side was collected, but the withholding on the lottery side was not collected.
It was never collected. That's the explanation. You have broken it down even simpler. The tax and the winning, that component for those in the gaming sector. My bet, one is bet, then bet. That
and no dear, your parents MPP are buying J.
And no dear, it was collected.
And TCC, the one on the NLA side, and MPP are buying
and no MPP are buying based on the compelling argument.
Who can say it is the dear here to force into a tremor.
In general, I say, you clarity because look at the 10% withholding tax on lottery winnings. Wow, Bolivia, and no, it was never collected.
It's not just a Wunya Kase lottery, nothing was otherwise known as the betting, just a Wakafra.
Wakafra, a banner, Obi Honum today. Not Wakako Chebi, or Evanesa with the betting company. Near Penua, on the company in Ebeko, Gorobeka, the finance minister, here came.
It's a matter of clarification.
It is a matter of clarification. We're not 10 years. And that's why we are asking that.
I do a so see a Kati and need and the politicians, Munina Dukadaya.
Over no problem. Then you are 10 years account, your constitution, who the politicians are Tema on Tomra, who do you have Tema on Watomra? And as I say, when many time, more of us is Otia Kunya Tuntunti, Padarma. Hey,
and Jacoblo, who you
because the constitution in Moody, a politician at the Watomra. How can an animal someone can hear Watomra?
Yes,
you know
and another rumor as near to our boss.
Another one, and also and Minister Kine. That same page 141. So Saka said the VAT on motor vehicle insurance too will be abolished. The reality is that one too was never collected. It was never implemented. If you will be abolishing something that never came into force.
But yeah, now honorable. Yeah, at the time of inception of such laws, regulations, you be diabanata, then be crowd a form of view against Abano. Ade so ye wie so a ya anyeje.
I think the MPP should have been forceful on that matter. Over the emission levy, I can we see a etworn. It was never implemented.
And so see anybody.
When he came, we all fought against him vociferous. It was never implemented. But also him. So you are right. The MPP could have told the story better. And forcefully made the point that these ones never came into effect.
I just hear can you can be na modia kwatena fie you.
Over saying teenager, you feel homework well. Near be a one contract. And to say party the ubedin cho and maybe beba, but said in kunim. The fact that you've lost an election today doesn't mean that you won't go for another election again. Of a day in time come as a council, Oma Otis accident. So Adaroma, Upo, Befako Chrome, to Befaka Yabia. Cement Meditum, say Buon made Bibua Conta. Na ye bun kompa ko
en kan kuma se kwen de je se e wo so uka bi de man yu ahomachi ani imagine accident asi e wo kononwo ho se ufri kononwo trillion no e sane de yakọ eye rider steel ho ensuo no so ho se kwen eye miensa enti wo mu a e sane yakọ kuma se no omo de ba akọ na wo mu a e fro bepo no so aba no omo so e de mienu honorable hwese articulator ba akọ enam akumasi de yesu awoko na ne nua articulator e san no ho na eye VIP bus awoso nipa 52 enso so eba na fe ba akọ articulator ba akọ so 40 footer container wose ni break apai na wo bo aben na mienu na di nanim na o ma gikwan na mienu kwa no o mo ma no kwan eno so yifa third one no eti bus awo ba nipa 52 eno o face articulator me ensa ena ja tanko so ye NDC constituency ye fence chairman ena aye ya fede tanko yesu okowura bompa yesa na third one na was in break up no or the pin middle one no ena fede container 40 foot no e free articulator no so to form ena emunumunu ehia baas no ena akwaka baas na to wuram na nyankropo ade obeye alhamdulillah kese nipa ba kokra wanka tanko no pira kakra esme no kase akoduru kumase a doctor for hwe no na kwan aye nam so na hwe kwan ye wo amasama ha na hwe kwan Central Corridor Road Accra Kumasi. Do we need to be haggling over way another way or to do something about it, honorable?
Over already, I know the drama for so near Kayano. That kind of DCP and if you want them. Yes, since Yana Yashi, the same way. The driver for no se to de bi na wa bra onye machine no wa home na auto credit go ani so a so ma hu se ukran kofo nkwa na ta eyi ye friend saying over car kwensia se na to de bi driver for ni bi driver no e mo ya last year around October ho baby me am a constituency Tetekwasi Hospital anymore. A nursing midwife. My breast cancer awareness man. In fact, no, let me cry Bijuma on how and I'm supportive for them to be able to screen many of the women. No, the proposal brewer, the board pressure to say that why am I a nurse for you. Now, Mammy Apon with Juma, hospital anymore or crosses street number. Tabi fee. I saw no hospital any time. The following month, no graduated with degree. That is, you know, I had done one and no graduated, next or graduated with my degree. That will see, mono. Then you may end a promotion letter. So, bye. So, hospital inquiry, just Mampon, go Mampon, so I'm making. Last year alone, Nipa best 6 or 7. And I car a bomb. So there be a son I driver for me be driving on. In more ya. The new Boteman Road I from School Junction as Salibotre School Junction. A very on one set new road on way and a bonny power. So then I say the traffic light at this year. In more ya. You see, it be up to say me in here, but I'm confirm here. The MTC for a moment, your friend is saying, some motor traffic near Mana and Coche near Ecoso, a street in so ABM, a hard hard dream because you won't find them. Because I drive on phone complaining, say police phone how more council. But the answer order, me am organizing a year at this year beko. Ebia entity voi ewo kwan so bia. Yes, ya na ja ye hwese na niam call when my yetimi predict say niam anko ye ewo widi ni. Nti ya metimi aka fa.
Yeah, bus parliament as a Rose minister no. Busarama say.
You me file agent question
on by sa kwan we a pokuase to a some junction honum and a wa so no between Bolly to wa and a Kaswa to Winneba no Mr. File sa question my I file my member VIP aba arane Accra to a Krupon why.
But I remember you hear name say Jabe boy na na ya wabwa me atitire captain north.
You be boys are bread. Right. Samia Wuku and Aten. Right. Some 3 or 10 calls na yintie the union beka. On then Facebook so quick one. You're very watching on Facebook or he's watching us. Abner Ampoff was a good afternoon of ADAKABRI. The MPP go explain tire at evidence day. Can they shut up already? Brasami and one also walk and say, "Oh, good afternoon, ADAKABRI. Please don't allow these MPP guys to confuse Ghanaians. And they just want to sway our attention. And Richard Donko, what's wrong for you? Just admit and apologize. Thank to defend undefendable. The MPP party are confused than before." Peter Nixon, also good afternoon. Alhaji Mahmoud ADAKABRI was Yuma, AK of ADAKABRI, and your very hardworking nephew, Mark Jerry, or say Achimine. And also, remember what led to the dismissal of a Minister of Education, Ajakun. Is it possible the former finance minister was also misled by someone which made him make the statement during the intercourse with the press yesterday? We all know it's a huge statement. However, anybody could make mistakes, so let us be measured in castigating Amin Anta. He may come out clear very soon. I greet you and your brother, Bonjour, and Peter in Nungwa, and Richard Donko. They are not confusing anyone. They are confusing themselves. And ADAKABRI, bet and lottery are the same. They are just playing with the English word. But see, for Mecca, or the MPP people, 419 party, look at how they are interpreting this income tax useless MPP. Richard, the lotto is lotto. Put your money down and win or lose. Abnam Pofu, of ADAKABRI, Ghanaians are wide awake. Samia Wuku, boys are bread who ended up eating peche. Richard Donko again. ADAKABRI, try your best to let those in authority know the lead lies on cars is dangerous. Kwesi Safun, please, does Amamfosu mean cemetery? Kwabina Gentry, ADAKABRI, the accident that Samia Wuku narrated wasn't that real. There were forces behind it. Rich Darkon, smart politician, he is putting all the blame on the drivers, leaving the politicians out. Shaking my head. Francis Cucciano, he's only talking at Botema because his house is around that area. Hey! Eric Ovozu, MPP, never again. Kojo Amidome, Mr. ADAKABRI, always stand firm. Don't fear anyone else. Ebenezer Kofi Bochie, as if we all are mad in this country. The very taxes they themselves introduced when NDC promised to abolish them. And escape from Braka, Francis Cucciano, also senior ADAKABRI, don't be partial. Aflawo also need VIP. Cucciano, baby aflamo bi nyina sesi ase around Kumasi aflawo kuma eye elubu aflawo. The can see benya a proper place agina aflawo. Na yetimi alenke all water regional operations no. The boy why Francis Cucciano. Escape from Braka. Also it's as if the MPP are happy in opposition. The way they keep upsetting us. Yeah. Daniel Edu, also the MPP should stop the propaganda. All that we know is 10% tax on betting is gone. We thank Atu Forsen and Meshek Asante. Hey, opposition and long toss. MPP is really bleeding. And or they ebuy. Right. Yemi phone line kakana from 5 to 10 callers on clarification. MPP deba clarification. Atu Forsen NDC deba and then clarification. Omo twa poto. Say yati en wan say. I want to say. Lottery and NLA, ɛyɛ 10% yɛnti lottery and the gaming 10% na ne yɛteɛ no ne yɛtwa mu 0302 257902 0302 357902 ana 0302 243540 0302 243540. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you patch your phrase?
Your friend ABC, Mikaseti Abede.
ABC Abede, Mientio.
Thank you. Michia, Mekra, Magdari, Michia. Papa, one say, ticket now, Modi actually see 20,000. One say, I see at 10% of 2,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
One say, forcing, at the force of call, I see with who as WHDano, also I say 10%. One car and you say, Uvinia, and yet two. One car income a year company for Nia, or say with WH no, and or say, and I'm part to be a show. Ticket is there, a ampa, a 10% entino, Ghana for the whole world. As a muse, at the force or can say, oh my, you can bet no. One car lotto, one car or car bet for no, as well as the bet company. It's bet for no, you cannot win, and not see anything. To me, I see and yes, say, yeah, will be job a big castaway. I don't know, Matty, only the lotto and fire.
Okay, 0302 257902. Good afternoon. Kuntu Yahuye, Miente way.
Oh, that's a category. Service for the service in ADAKABRI. I don't practice the service. I don't see so I know who you see the service.
You, yeah, they was say 0302 243540. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ADAKABRI.
Judge President George Boatim Intiwe.
And some of the Casamin for when you mean Chairman Kennedy or any Japan incoming flag bearer of MPP. ADAKABRI, when you say media taxing where you want to be, Ukrainian bed tax, and government, MPP government, and the betting tax, Ukrainian, a new regime, Biasu, any commissioner of VAT, and brought out. And I'm say, MPP government, a betting taxa. COVID tax here, na a idea, a COVID tax, no, at the end of the COVID, no. Because of import duty, no. Now, my import duty, no, I very, very high. And to me, I say, COVID, no, I and the, into was a COVID button ahead, if you want. In Ukraine, we keep being one more, betting tax being one more, as is. To force it, on review, no, on moment, Mubia, not betting, you know, as is.
Okay. 0302 257902. Good afternoon.
Yo, Mahmoud, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Panini Frosini.
I'm not Cantamantuli in 70. I just knew we are Sabocordia.
I boni be any acom.
Medabia, Americans send you knew we are in the Sansini, we are sending Monejuma Power. Yanko Point, Mahmoud.
I mean,
Mahmoud, Tema no more campaign. Omampania be the actually Baumia, a dear no so baby year through. And your betting tax.
okay.
And the MPP for you saying uncle position still move to Dintro. Ule Omampani, Mahama Nepre, we so be betting tax the flow, we so be year flow, and then Mahmoud Sanchez Remuno was and phobia who you to a good street and inform you. You to a good street and inform you. Yeah, the answer the Omokai and only at a post and the Omokai some be year from you, almost form when Chiramon could drew Yanko Point and could see some be year through, almost some called the parliament, whom be year from you through a simple. Some better one white tax and Oman, eh, Moody, one you, or so a year through, and only a 3 year to Abama. If you don't take them, the Omet and could see we are to a bet you. Omo homework here, never born the Omnamu Kaka country at the end. And you whom we are only Uncle Point.
0302. 0302. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 257902. 0302 Good afternoon.
Number two, Pumbo Kodia.
Akeke mientio.
Yo, I ADAKABRI media, I debut over. Mene abaya Uchebukoye, abaya woho. Sebi betting tax if you pay the ADAKABRI, abaya job baby. All cast we betting tax, the Ame ADAKABRI mene nyadwin. ADAKABRI me no kase. Kitiano public number, a brand TV or no Nejuma from a Nejuma bank. Onye. Nejuma said your bay and said, or better bed. Now, dear, what I catch the money in your tax. Obi becho bi adia. And now since you are like a baby, much of a divya so good if you want to see a better one. You ever catch the piano to?
And you gift us.
A gift us. No, I got to 1 year car. And then man is to talk us. But you are on the yes, I am. Now the money in your tax. I don't get much. Politicians in the entrance near me side and we. Betting taxes here, maybe name the about minutes, we are maybe I did betting what tax they I don't know. But the media, that the media, many of my beer anyway, I do what I didn't. So we have you, I recommend so with you. So, Master, Middle State, allow me municipal, Sudan West. Yeah, how Kakra. And this Abaya, we must say, on my way, on more money call. MC now almost person we know. Dear every bank, and yet the wolf for Mamma for pay. A nipa, a tea committee, no so dino, almost the almost pen over the bank, or man, she didn't be on the Bobia de Basabasa business Sudan West. It's impeding for Kata and Tiana Mon Coffee from Pa, the over no
0302 243540. Good afternoon. Hello. 0302 257902. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Wafa ADAKABRI.
What's your meeting?
We are also from Green Cano, Union Ostito. Wafa said, Nana, I'm walking. Wafa. Betting taxa si udi bet ma untua a tobia and yen abayan to tax dano wo fa me ne aban no anya adwen senya because we use for that no mo nya adwen no sana we so me mo nya adwen wo fa and okomokola ani agusi market ya enkwala eton pure water awawiam ye twom tikitima mo tua eto all the mo ton no the auto market eton ade etua tax. I don't know, I said them the whole day, 24 hours. I said them, bed, 20,000 Ghana cedis. What almost 1 billion Ghana cedis now. Now, the more young task. Now, the other tier, Yasu Atom, Conin, Yadona, a Shannon. Or the level fear on Otia taxa. Now, who are my quiet, you are gonna have. There will be a politics. I say, you get 20 man, no bladum. I say, I'm a no stemutino. Yes, me a bit theaters. And then maybe some pay a Madia, yes. And maybe some Musiajma, essence betting actor bank, better bentino, and so no beer, yes. A babu beer cabbage all the fosum, or beer capital, plain tail for the cabbage, or dear, or chow offer. And then the name and the abundance on baby, because there's no more brave.
Okay, two more callers now for your studio. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Papa.
Any patch of frosting?
Papa, me do Razak. Papa, me chiao. Me chana na yakase.
Yes, sir, Razak.
Papa, me pasa, me pese. Me hu, me de.
Hey, Matty.
Papa, when they wa wadarum.
Matty, me despite media buildings, we have a front desk or on bachelor. Why? Right. Two more callers. 252016. 0302 257902. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Meet you, Penny.
Send me a papa ba umyaka so bo be ye fru no e the same na mahama so be ye fru no we ye fru so almost a vetting tax no omonti a omonkwa abuso kan kubusa abrante bi di kese pa omot aban ne te no enti ye nua MPP fo no munya ne omo ye no na aban ne muni ma na oman ne so sa na efefe.
Finally when the one line so at the Yamra studio. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ADAKABRI. Apom se.
Yami admi ahoye.
Yo, FM David Agbalanyo, because I feel man George, you know.
Right.
Bapana, former Minister for Finance, I may say, why fasting.
was saying the fasting, no. I said, start here fasting, no for. Because Sadi be anywhere, Obia and Barbecue. Sadian will hunting, I will be fair barbecue. But me also can say barbecue, Mamma also can say barbecue. I didn't have 5 minutes and say, be any water. The fasting, no, was saying the fasting, no, on say fasting, no for. When you mean, you
030 back to the studios. Right, Farrakhan of the NDC Alaj or Hase and Manuel Dakon of the MPP. And so Hase. Manuel, settled or unsettled?
With the issue, Ben.
Betting.
But what for your church, maybe Musi almost still a Montias here. Your church says, Yera at forcing or the buyer or indicate 10% withholding tax on lotteries. And no yanji. The same tax, and no say yes, I find the betting tax. There be it's confusion. No, what the Yera to force the extra. Budget anymore. And when the finance minister was addressing the press, once what describing and no as betting tax into Okasa or Becca say I say betting tax now out of forcing air canon. Because taxes ne our mumienu there was 10% withholding tax on lotteries and there was sports betting 10% but lotteries no 10% no yanje and no I mean Adam e kan wasem na say utie na say still I will say I mean tias here ofa ye ne say be chire mu akire man ya chire ofa me das
Farrakhan
what am I for His Excellency John Dramani Mama Gonja this year. It's me boss be waterman casino a friend taller and a bra coffee and more casino taxi rank. Offer also asem way there. Enya asem bia sa because senior finance minister explaining you know. So can say little tax but other or see there is otherwise betting tax. And I come with holding tax. I didn't have withholding tax no. I take offer. Say what you do maybe na bia utu abanka but sasika no before on sabaka usika no na aban need dey free and I would hold no they said Magere dey obi 2000 tray nipa dey 2000 but we hold him he said 10% dey 2000 aban be din kan yi kura to ho ansa na wo di bana wo di bet no wa ba beji 2000 I wa beji 18000 former finance minister also wanje semi okusi yeje they say dey na kure and I tell for can say dey na ba omi ka say oba obenye free ho ba omi ka say obey betting tax free ho ade any ho na ebenye free ho offer and I tell for amutie nti we no e bia em fa say finance minister wa form and our mistake but the reality is betting tax withholding no you see a year free ho it's as simple as that because more on lottery tax be any so say that Sami Okuka say mu trotro on letters ama mu hold lottery there but game in the end there Sami Okuranka saje atum nti etiefor the person mutia say bet in there holding tax there yefi ho as simple as that minister kachira was ko hwe manifesto you promise Ghana say be yefi ho and they have na yi we say we nyama so bia muni mu yi anka na mo power na say mu yi free ho as early as possible amon for to mu fu say mu yi mo anyi amon for kachem say be ha mo say bi yenya minister kro ka say nkola na muti say kube get yamon ego wi ase nkola ni ti say kube no e na mo de tuti awo no iti ye yi mo fi ho MPP I think he said they are still in power and they are in the mode of confused oh here I mean anta no why confused oh master this is the best budget ever me see so from 1992 budget to any me economics at the university me sociology but this is the budget Matthias is simple and when I'm in parliament master for it to be 4 hours at the kind budget no or go to bible no chair quite fast no he was born out of wedlock ya wo no abra ya ware ne mame enu na budget who bury the budget quite fast wo there e dey na bem now I'm on quotations when was 30 years when you go you won't see those 30 years come on every three
there are indications a former finance minister would clarify the earlier claim of say young quality betting tax and to be clarified further and said there's been this communication gap and a man who can't ask them.
There is problem. I want to say, and because they are confused, they are in the confused state. MPP are confused, so they are thinking say they are still in power. Why the taxi? They say your evidence is uncollage, and they say the Biabetre, Obia the 2000 Yatino. Your also car was one of the highest winning. I want to know about this 60,000 from the wins. And Andrew, so now I was watching TV3. GRF the total collection of all the betting tax in Edibaye. So what is until GRF I'm going to create your money and then this for go create my money. And I was very glad, Senna, one of your producers, say, SVR for crab out best statement. Say, G and I say, Angie. I didn't anywhere you throw. But Bianca promise yes, will be ye through. Into our and a year through. Now the emissary me about MPP say, in some baby to force a kind in. I'm going to bet in an problem. Because they almost say they say Ghanaian youth are in line with NDC and no problem. Yes, sir. Tax school feed, friends, school feeding now. They increase here, they didn't talk about it. Nursing and training allowance cry as Shemukinano. They didn't talk about it. Get to defense a year as a Nina pushes Caro. They didn't talk about it. First year university, don't scout pushes your Nina and before Yamufu. Only withholding tax. And what is the meaning of withholding tax? And they tell them, a Sika yet through what they are about from who wins our winning. I say, 10%. And then Musin Yasanity, Musamon jail. The whole finance minister. Now to me about because I am way. Mukabia in power. Still, I know they didn't learn lesson from it. And you are still in opposition, still are moving trauma. They say people are enlightened. They say to steal the whole of a 1 pianco baby out. And will be a say no, watch on the receipt of payment. The world is a global village. As someone making, somebody will just sit down and go. You go to AI, artificial intelligence, they say, me economy, so but now artificial explaining withholding tax, actually. And to say, I can't say, and more AI can opportunity be in Yanaka.
You must have Manuel budget in the dinner to Wakumaso.
Our family does say, Maminfa Akwenya Yefancha, the former vice president, Dr. Alajima Modu Baumia, and Hajia Samira Baumia. Now, Wafa. Mandela also make a joke with you. A deputy Greater Accra Regional Youth Organizer was making a joke with you. Into also in Chiasron, Commanana, Atik Yakubu, or also made in Chiasron.
Mandela Baumia.
Mandela. It's Wafa. First of all, Mamin Shah seeing free this issue.
Worry and a year now.
Me, I've not. Yeah, Mate, Baby Sana Mawafa. Mamin Shah seeing free the issue of taxes now. Yakan was MCC. Wafa. Andra metie ye rat forcing. De mihu ya na ye deception. Deception no enam here for unim. Naka ena ye bet na ha have confusion about betting tax. The reason why I have confusion about the betting tax is a deliberate attempt to confuse Ghanaians. Because Wafa, there were two taxes. The edikan a tax on lotteries. Yes, also tax on sports betting. And on youth and the boys, no betting tax. And it's out to me say, may it 10% withholding tax on lotteries into brackets betting taxa. In actual sense, no, what the taxes mean, as a baby back, confusing Ghana for. Because already the first tax, which is withholding tax on lotteries, no, it is not in force. Betting tax, and now in actual friend sporting bet, no, any day boy my friend bet, banya and no near withholding 10% withholding tax on lotteries. And to the tuning in our bomb represented chair Ghana for you are deceiving us. Wafa. Now let me go on him say, or say ye bet we ye tax we betting tax, but can amendment or the core parliament in the home. What him say all core parliament or the amendment baku 10 and or the core say ye amended those we can say act no na emboa emani yi etuo fi ho wofa meka ya chiro or say Mr. Speaker, with this budget I will also be seeking a review of the following acts to support the policy and government aimed at stabilizing the economy and promoting inclusive growth. Wofa bakuni Petroleum Revenue Management Act 2011. Number 2, Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund Act 2014 Act 877. Number 3, Minerals Income Investment Act. Number 4, Energy Sector Levy Act. Number 5, Ghana Cocoa Board Act. Number 6, Earmark Fund Capping and Realignment Act. 7, Public Procurement Authority Act. 8, Ghana Education Trust Fund Act. 9, Fiscal Responsibility Act. And the final one, Revenue Administration Act. What for? Emra a govern betting. Income Tax Amendment Act 2013, Act 1094. That particular act, no, na enka act a year out of forcing at the core parliament, no. And also by amended, how will you be able to take away that particular betting tax, you know, whilst you didn't submit that particular act to parliament? And we are seeing it as an attempt to come to the ordinary Ghanaian, nekache Ghana force o meyefi ho. But in actual sense, you know, you've not presented that particular act to parliament. Not parliament, engineer so efanye den, efa abolish this betting tax. But I'm sure that today we are talking about say ye mref we tax efi ho. Wafa tax o ifi ho ye 3. Me and sape and o ifi ho this year. Wafa and even with the 3 no back one fan the act na nko. Enti enim say that ben or de bekwa because of presenting my parliament no afa enti in actual sense no betting tax no on fa name ranko ye. Enti efa ne say 2. Ye run another dan kwa Akufo-Addo eba befa Abendwa in 2017. Or the baku oyi emra tax baku 17. About 10 of them are abolished and about 7 or reduce here. So what is new about what they are doing now? But I say so people might not even like to listen to you. Wafa, yesterday listening to the finance minister, I was really sad because it was a calculated attempt to deceive the ordinary Ghanaian. But Wafa, I'm here to do something to help the ordinary Ghanaian. Offer bibi to say Netco, Northern Development, I think Northern Electricity Distribution Company, any ECG, they want to privatize it. Or person private, no more manage Wafa. Unim say in 2024, today energy minister Ekache say we don't need to privatize ECG. Wafa, the question the ordinary Ghanaian want to ask NDC, they say, what has changed? Movie every 3 months be as someone can maybe be ante. You have to force and say every 3 months be a increasing light bill and water bill. Okay. Every 3 months, you be increasing light bill and water bill. The atoso miensa, you will be a friend of growth and sustainability levy. And 1%. Or movie at the 3%. Sa tax way nanka was said this year a tucha or say matching aqua do 2028. So there is a tax component almost introducing or may levy, but introduce a new tax. COVID-19 levy. COVID-19 levy and free way. I feel no so betting abejokuo. No man shemu say ye and asema ye yin fi ho. And young grofo ye no muka che ye say COVID didn't have any effect on us. Therefore, and what say ye imposing burden on the ordinary Ghanaian with COVID levy. So ade na maba amu yi COVID tax en fi ho. Amu man wo ho. Wafa, they want to inject a whole in a gold board. Wafa, and then Bank of Ghana the gold purchasing agreement on Jessica and free central government ho. A buying say or betting gold board be our gold board no a better gold and free nkrofor muton gold ho. But offer, do you know say a dear gold board epese oyeno already PMMC ASA Jumano. So why do you establish gold board once PMMC is already doing the work? What the 279 Ghana cedis? 279. Oh, mami mercy mienu. Then okay, any mami fa we nka ho na. Wafa. Wonim say omo share Bobby say on pese omo ebie bibi e friend Women's Bank. In Ghana, sika unhia the minimum amount. Now with the ABA bank, 400 million Ghana cedis. Wonim sika omo di be shame 51 million. So how do you put 51 million say me the best start bank? What's a sika the minimum amount unhia 400 million? Is it that who the CKB kwako distribute ama women organizers and after the because the minimum amount here ADABA bank enye eno na wo dia she midi wie na wabem level 100 almost be ma level 100 for free mebo hour and a sika o ma locate to enye 499 million over there me be boss schools ni din Accra Technical University, University of Ghana, I'll get a particular school. What for all these schools? All the schools where you know students or mafa this year, 130,000 students. 130,000 of a young fan. They say each student cry 2,000 Ghana cedis. Just these 5 schools, taking a whole 499. So who are you joking? So what about the say? With this peanut offer, you can't fool the people all the time. Omonti as say when they are coming to the ordinary Ghanaian with the policy, your uncle they will dissect the whole issue, look into it and make sure say we won't allow them to deceive the ordinary Ghanaian. Already you've started, and we make sure that we keep on exposing you.
Offer, I'm say Manuel Manuel feels still around more power. So kasa wo dizo e okrom ho na mini wo fase na mu studio ho na is excellency bo me abeka say Palugu Dam is a significant project 12 million ekoi eno enka say scam tibi nu abeduna ka say we are scamming Ghanaians with the cocoa gold board and on this scam any there hin other alternative and the business enti yes say bi nkwan do so nam do so nkwan mu ansa nkwan enti say PMMC ho gold board so be adwuma ya ho na under your own watch Bank of Ghana about 62 billion Bank of Ghana mean tibida this MPP for and on yes scam people are there to answer questions I'm say excellency o ya che you know say MPP for mo ka mo say NDC antibrofo you can see that it's seed money seed it's it is a 400 million na wonya bia but it say na we interview obi o say mo news time no because we go school ni school fees 1,000 Ghana now when you 200 na man say for tika no so a am say what move forward what tika no so be it is a 400 million na so we didn't come of 51 million at least wa committee no ho or be set ade no it is because or skibo amofo a obesi I can't think far mentibi no ne analogy na oye no enti MPP are that type of people he said Robert here is sticker former deputy finance minister was saying he thank God say at force in claim say growth no was more last time it was at 5.7 a criminally managed economy but at force in a project 4 point something was it at least I was a math student at least at the lowest no the time I'm 5.7 no who projected 3.5 I was hazard no who projected 3.5 and he said yeah projected 4 point even 4 now what projected 3.5 now I do more than 5.7 now it would be zero by the close of the year no what we are betting my 6 or more a projection budget interest okay and abem and okay and was say it takes discipline it takes trustworthy it takes God fearing ya one amount for a budget I see a couple baby 25% NHIS get fund. Almost all the fund in now. Not 25% called Flagstaff House. They say, see, on capono, ye free. All the money will go back to the direct, and I say, those who need it or those who matters. I'm going to be says, Cano. Young Quay, sir, another type of lifestyle. It means Kapus Kana, a discard of a plane. Then it's a wabro need to Munam. Your mama promised Ghanaians. Also about Uncle High chartered flight, Uncle High flight. Or the example I try, or to Kwaya, or the Ghana a flight in Echo. In TMB before me, are confused. Budget to a million console, but must end me to Papa explain no. Now attach me, Miss A. I to sound my console. I too too much. And now I mean, they say on say one say why confused.
Aspect ben na budget mo na ye o depa na da.
Any about free education. Wasa shemukina. Wasa say pushiska wom. Ye kura bonu ye ka say me I don't support the friends student allowance no because here na school fees. So me I support students to be given access to a loan. But this time no kwa no wasa shemukina o. Or say tua or discover allocate fund for teacher training allowances. Fiankola feeding fee was increasing. Amu hona mu 150 pesos. Apa nanado. Ye kura se biye ye obi anti e ba go school. E ba man 150 pesos for godidi. Se nye wicked minded people la. Utimi fasika kwhye form. Ye cathedral, we sika kwhye ho. Over 54 million e da ho ayam fanya hwe. Meanwhile nkwala ti ho amunwe di an papa ndi o school mo. University obi ko university first year. Wontimi ntua entimi man admission. Otu ya no anya mo fe na now do call voter region they say sasi okojuta black kwa ho e frozen Northton insuo si ya tidal wave so say spillage akosobo spillage they say ya allocate sika for that na now do call as a president o say mo kura no mo nto aba mame na now do ya nto aba ma onje nya Ghana for excuse my language and I tie for mo fancha me asante region na vote say na edema jo mama so sikeje tia mae so akasa asante region wonya vote bebrenti o sikeje tia at the time I was sick of the crab market na your MPs central region yes a 4 was a 5 until this year beji 18 against 3 was a 2 until we are president and we are party and we are baya Ghana ni bia ya unua Ghana ni bia ya wa share say so woman ni pardon so feel comfortable Flagstaff House de mo da mo bodwe mo de bia skadambra o mundidi shine na mom ordinary Ghanaians poor person no mom ne ho nkire no ntina jom drama na mama say wa ba ma hiafo nti obi anya abotoyem obi anya abotrema no inshallah he will deliver because in some kind he within 120 days masa obi ampo wa days 2 weeks no odi nya the cabinet minister so and I to force car was from the elephant size of 88 first one 120 something from 120 something among for man pressure and or about 80 something I the about 60 and crowd on sky I save all Ghana for into your mama or ye father for all or Jenny here for him only vu a some lifestyle of presidency was he by for the ordinary Ghanaians he was there before when him saying Ghana for feeling here tin can say posterity would judge us who compare the presidency ni former president and now one say there is difference. It is Excellency John Dramani. He came for the ordinary Ghanaian. Obama here for Wama Mexico for.
Right. You go break in here. Baba say free senior high school.
Thank you.
They were there same one.
And no man better to them baba no one day no. Come so to me. Hey, I say, hey, now Becca. Ya John to mommy and Saint Duku Portmanteau. This way chocolate drink. Na can watch shit. Afibian super renew our renia. This way chocolate drink. Na can see. Oh, I say, we don't come on to more. Maybe one wants to share crowd ya can. Who had your weapon home? Who got a battery at the form one. This way chocolate drink.
Hey, catch up a pay baba worry.
I say,
ye fear said this way chocolate drink. Yes, sorry, I no pay no. ye be chef fridge no no snack ye nya hoho a no ye de serve wo mo ye didi wie ne ye pe bibia bogu ya de so a this way chocolate drink ne ye nom and this way no ti ano a he se kire wom koko wom brick wom bibia wom ade wo hia ne so hye
this way chocolate drink
de wo hia ani so hye
FDA ahwehwe se adwede nkratoe mo agye atum se eye.
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Neat 100.9 FM Sunni. Na yenhwe Alhaji Farikan of the NDC, Emmanuel Dakom of the MPP. Education. Diana, Finance Minister na kan da wakoma so.
Ofa. Me da say. Ba mama sha see free baby me rapini e kai concerning the size of the government. Ofa. E no credit John Mahama for 55 so far ministers. But for what one allocation to the office of the president? Our budget in 11 billion. 11 billion Ghana cedis to the office of the president. Felix Ovosukwache office in Kwa 78 million. 78 million Felix Ovosukwache office in Kwa. Offer last year Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo expended 2 billion Ghana cedis our office of the president. So if a government was a so and what how many ministers 100 and a what the ever say 200 ministers and then what for 55 ministers but the budget to the office of the president is 11 billion savings ben why am Ghana for with the huge way you can say government of Akufo-Addo otimi at the 2 billion nya a trade deficit trade surplus otimi grow the economy at 5.7%. Well, this huge amount of money, 11 billion. Of what says 2 billion now. Last year, say they come office of the president. NDC 4 buyer, ever criticize 2 billion. No. And then, operating a lean government, saving saving money for the ordinary Ghanaian. It's not about the size of government too. It's about the money you send to the presidency. And now the 11 billion alcohol. I say you when you what for 55 ministers into Yenjao, please. We shouldn't do this to ourselves. Of my main call the issue of free senior high school. And yes, sir. And NDC as a political party. NYJ say omo locate 3.5 billion to free senior high school. Offer. Again na yera John Dramani Mahama ka che okrom ha. Osi sebi nyansa mponim. Sa wo ye mampani a wo de 2 billion ebeshe free senior high school mu wo embra ebimu ebetimi atua ho ka. So we want to ask the NDC what has changed? What has changed? Within a space of just a few months. And then yera John Dramani Mahama at the 3.5 billion at the free senior high school mu. Now, idea you didn't see any sense to put in 2 billion because people can pay. In that was the argument of the National Democratic Congress prior to the election. And 3 billion now, 3.5 billion. Is it another scam scheme? Nah. Because if you don't know, if you don't have any reason to put in 2 billion, there are people who can pay. Why are you not drafting your document and I say your budget to the sense oh more no, that's what I believe in, come and pay, but you've rather allocated 3.5 billion and this in that no their deception into government already. Makachos are level 100 sika no musi omba betua mo no and also just a peanut minimum say be mo bia 50 pesos and also bia 5 cedis there because said sika omodi akọ looking at the number of students at this year omako school no there enso omo ofa mame fa wentwem moving from the issue of can say students no ofa unim say during the election NDC4 promise importers and exporters so
education.
No, I'm making my point. Don't be moved by it. I'll add that one to it. Over importers and exporters. John Dramani Mahama Shomobo say Oba Obeti that special import levy no Eddie Efiho. Do you know AG Sika sa Joma ha maka ho asemu odi aka ho ana me tie me wa maybe you are privy to something say nim because during the election on my yet ase say private schools or the on free senior high school ne ho ba endra yera to forcing kind budget no yante say wa bo private school for edi wo mu enti e ka say another scam na because am budget ne de e scam budget ye be wiamo na ya senior mo share ye bo say oh private school bi ho because any free senior high school e ba yenti egu eti e ba munum bi no ye be mu so free na student etimi aba o site school bi kura say akosombo se de yen say oh sa school no na fa nkrofo say but when you are reading your budget you never feature that thing in. This deception must stop. Wafa galam say so mante ho asem but dey me di wie wafa when him say in that NDC4 da Ghana for during their budget omoto asanda da no so e ma yete ase se o mai bibi efe na machine levy e de efi ho wafa Ghana ni bia wutie me ti ase se bibi enu efe na machine levy. We are not paying a machine levy as we are here. Ghana ni bia enu a o che machine levy de etoso mienu omo se bi Ghana for abrabo ebeye omo de ohaw oka any atete any de bre Ghana for we all live to see
ofa me da say
man da connect no of the
the car ebe jamu to say the moja 726 billion Ghana cedis ka e ko jamu 122 odi 8 years super day amu di twa e won ka moja ma Ghana enti em say na dwen say saka na bi na beja ofa we dey mem say withholding tax na outside there but pesanka you kind to the ETF na amount for etiase kakra the meaning of the withholding tax no em say MP before no say na be kan no still no amadwen am say mo da ho power because mo say tax ni ho enso ba omi akogina baby ka say oba obeye free ho ade ni ho fa yi free ho ade ani ho ami anta ifiri wana was withholding tax is also known as retention tax. Was it's a type of tax deducted at the source of income. It is typically withheld by the payer and remitted to the government on behalf of the recipient. It is a receipt na de chira ono sa me nyina na ye de ama amede ama etiefo ha no sika na wotwa na 20,000 na adu ne ba omia eji 2,000 wom atu forces wo ye fi ho nti mrante ni age enne ha mo no ende ye ready budget ma edwa unko market ma mba akra discuss budget this atu forces nene mo tambajo ma na pay e mani na minister no ya de o wayi we firi ho sa ya akra do me kra me ba na obi o studio o ka se do bi jo amamfo ebose e bi si da nti minu aseba o ka no se bi ele me kan education no ebi before jo mama nya me na ache mo jo mama ye campaign MB before even ba omia ka bi na nadu ka bi wose na nadu ba obetwa free hs jo mama ba obetwa free hs no se na jo mama ma mo ne yewu Ghana for jo mama si minyin fi ho na me Ghana ni me enjoy free hs ni bi me go school me nya bi nti se Ghana ni ba na me president I will make sure say you also benefit na nadu time no na oye no dumso yakọ yellow ni akọ green ni akọ white wasi wo say school ni biom why be pen and want parliament wasi oka obeye jo mama oka obeye mama oka obeye wasi e blocks so and the free hs e blocks no or service they want see for 8 good years. Hey massa, these people are too wicked oh. Uko dun ko baby am fia e fro say order horo bass nko chichiure e block ajo mama see come na na do ba ya na dey am soldier for galam stop. It takes the hina okrom one na hemfo and about to the education minister say massa president now see that one say yam former soldier for yam for soldier camp and am fight here and say year they say school no era ni o enti jo mama why be pen say papa nim na kokotwa freezes massa come we mb for betu to Ghana ha come go so say kan hwedum so kura buja ya ba ya fix I was jo mama 2 days already dum so buy oba e bisa say how many megawatts and MP before editor electricity say this innovative minister what you say crop plant we need one in addition ya dey America Ghana ha the same nkofo ya ka kire 34 billion ne bo soro ya dey free takra dey kokumasi e cost you saying who are more scammers than MPP I have been here cuz I officer say be dey free togo na betina Ghana ha ya dey free takra dey kokumasi it was more than the cost your mama kotowo or kotowo take is it not criminal? We spent about 34 million Ghana cedis.
And what's the cost of
it? Was that time 30 something less than that. And I mean the original cost was 32 was there, but yours was higher than Mudifi Takra de Kumasi. Why not for CMO? Why not for CMPP? Master, when we are going there, Master, they say we don't do politics of insult. Ya trust our level no. It is all say yes scammers are. We can tell you a lot of scammers. Na now do nene ministers here. Yanti Ghana na obaba ko ninde mun kwa 50 something million dollars apart from pounds, apart from cedis. They say grand rate musa attorney general do case na sa back to court. Mo say una we lawyers say pre-bargain say pre-bargain. Mo say nkola no mention baby mu na mo lawyers. Until when we are talking of criminality master, we are nowhere near you. Interior na masa yenja na yema pay for no yema mo respect me kura ni say ye de ahoto budget aba ye de ose ade your budget aba ye de ahoto budget aba de na konkofo we pe no e mo hu ni sa anka promise ade ma Ghana for say be yi levy ye be yi we no udum say COVID tax na wakan is part of IMF conditionality so Mona makotena se na mo de aka they say we are also going to sit them down and negotiate with them to remove it. And to me, so you can do it. What can obey? Sankare straightforward to say the way you live in it. Sir, betting tax here. I can run and gain in every. But the Moody Akoka conditionalities no. And I don't know the documented. Want to mean for open quay. We are going to be a problem. Until we are working on it to make sure say you be signing in a man in a floor gradually. Because here, man, some last thing. Our last one. And I'm here, me Mala Ibrahim. A friend of Tanko or Nima. Na ya haru reduce friend abuch. Mala na geswa mekyia national chief imam shehu Allah kia yeka mekyia muslimi fo yina
right
na chiri wi anya so nyame mboa say yemfa nko wie pe ende 12 days so papa bi o wini ba
sia mo sha say
12 days out of 30 your friend o male me mo wini ba mekyia Raji Labran ni nuanom o si oribo na ehu ya be start fast no de bia asema na o kan o si oribo na ehu se ka sade e ba na ehu nya ba pie ewie ende start fast na ende 12 days
okay
ti ye da muslimi fo ina asi e chi obi anso
what family that say but the issue of Mary more be en twa Ghana for ntro say sika de ko kuma ase ne chen Mary agreement $510 million Mary plant the agreement between John Mahama $510 million transferring it to Accra to Kumasi $36 million even 25 and almost say you bloating for minority. So remember because sika ye dey ekoye no eche we so please over asema me person is not there be we see is not a scam for 510 patcho mami we
na 500 ye dey man for 5 years
NPP over NDC budget level 100 fees no so school bia de me di wie scout de akọ Jubilee House John Mahama
eto abo this is
wafa or the two
Yedima Manuel Dakon of the New Patriotic Party, Afidan Yedima Large Parikan of the National Democratic Congress, ADAKABRI Mamudu Ushuma, Madam Di Media Wuchame, Rabri is a member Muso, Yebekofi, if you know your corner, Abraham Ulakoku Michael, and a DJ foreigner, Omne Yebekofi.